Nope. Too cold. Well, hello, pandas and other scrap enthusiasts. Welcome back to the shop. And on today's episode, we are plumbing the depths of the mess that is the scrap heap here. Yes, it's that beautiful time of year where all of the junk that I've been avoiding doing has been piling up, combined with the fact that there are not that many people doing jobs and such out and about with big bins full of scrap to go and find. That is to say, we haven't been finding a ton of stuff, and it seems like the perfect time to make a little more space in, admittedly, a pretty big mess of a garage. Well, that should be plenty to start with. I'll do this one simply because it was right in front of me, and for no other reason. I think this one... Is that empty? And a couple of pieces of basic whatever aluminum, and these will fairly easily turn into some bare bright copper and some number 1 insulated copper wire. But besides that, this is the piece I was really interested in. That was me messing around with a... You'd think it would make a fun, like, bracelet or piece of personal decor, but it loves to rip all of your arm hairs or little tiny hairs out. It's not fun to wear, but, you know, it was fun to practice brazing. Regardless. Some of these can be stainless steel. These can be brass, but not this time. These ones are unfortunately stainless steel, but that's okay. They're still kind of satisfying to play with. Now then, let's do a broken illuminated mirror. Now I prefer to start with the biggest and most impactful things, but ooh, stainless. In this situation, I just don't want the glass threatening to make a worse mess. Huh. Little LED strip in there. Is this stainless? It's not. Alrighty. So that's just gonna be a cord and some steel. Next, if anybody's looking for motivation to clean up your mess while it's cold outside, now's the time. Stainless aluminum. Now let's see if we can't get this apart. It's a lot of Allen keys. I'm not really looking forward to it, but it's a big block of aluminum and a motor, so. Huh. So it's gonna be like that, is it? Oh, that's technically aluminum. Nope. Dirty aluminum. Let's clean up some aluminum real quick. Easy mode. And then this one. Beautiful chunk. I like it. And then the rest of these. Whoops. And then I don't really love these, but the copper is pretty worth it by weight. There we are. Little bundles of joy. And since we're already doing aluminum, cool. So that's an aluminum bar. That is steel. That is steel. Then we got a bunch of wires and crud. Let's get in there. I don't think we need to keep any of this. Ba-bam. Liberated. And these things, yeah, we are going to go stash those. I forgot why. I already did the video on these and I don't like doing them, but whatever. Now, this interesting looking thing. Pretty sure there's more brass than there looks like on this. Now, truthfully, this thing is kind of annoying. I remember doing one of these before, and I did not love it. But that's sort of just how I feel about anything with flathead screws. And the best part is, without a doubt, the base, which is a solid plate of brass. So even if that's all we get out of it, we're still ahead. Beautiful brass slab. Oh, there's two. Almost there, but this piece is being silly. Oh, I hate this. Well, that was strange. Very strange, but we got it. I remember this now. Way too many flathead screws. That's just going to be frustrating. Let me just... Alright, there. We did it. It was annoying, but we got a transformer and a motor and a decent pile of bits of aluminum and then a bunch of brass and a little bit of stainless steel. This collection of Allen socket driver whatevers and the jump ring pliers were really held it down. I would recommend the jump ring pliers, although I don't use them very often, but when I do... Alright, moving right along. It's actually been a couple days, and we have a few new piles of junk, so I'm going to have to clear those first. And on the table right now is a bunch of tools. I'm in a free group that is sort of local to my area, and somebody posted a whole bunch of tools for free. I put my hand in the ring, and they gifted them to me. So I just wanted to take a couple of them out and then I'll put them back up along with a couple tools that I'm trying to get rid of. Yes, I know I could sell them. I thought about that, but this was from the free group, and I don't think it's in alignment with the spirit of the group. I don't want to be the guy who just like gets all of the good stuff out of the free group and then, you know, sells it for money, because they'll catch on pretty quick. So, what do we got that we want? Yeah, they're basically all Ryobi, which is just fine. I got this Bluetooth speaker slash radio. We got the flashlight and the angle grinder. That one's pretty slick. Then there's two of these drywall and deck screw guns. Right angle. And this one, it's actually got a pretty good blade on it, which is cool. See, the reason, so I can actually get an adapter plate to plug into this so I can fit my Milwaukee onto it. This is only really useful to me if it has the straight hammer function, which it does not. I think I already have one of these stashed somewhere. Do I want the chainsaw? It looks pretty messed up. There. And this one I'm adding from my personal collection. Alright, let's take a picture and get rid of these. The only ones out of there I actually kept for me was this vintage drill, which I think will work a lot better for the wire stripper. Plus, it's the same color, so it'll look pretty. And a corded reciprocating saw. Because the cordless reciprocating saw, it's just not really the tool where you shouldn't be sacrificing that kind of power. The next piece, now this is gonna upset me, so I know it's gonna upset some other people, but I got a great deal on a box full of brass. So I got this collection of brass. Someone was clearing it out. They wanted $30 for the whole pile. And I'm pretty sure this is worth more than $30 in scrap. But I want to get my money back and keep a couple pieces. The ones I really have my eye on are this urn here for like a flower pot. And I really like this bell. It's got maple leaves on it. It's cute. Those are the only ones I really want to keep. So we're gonna see how many pieces we need to scrap just to break even. And I'm gonna estimate we're gonna get like $2 a pound for it. So we want to get at least 15 pounds of scrap. The first ones I don't care about. These cups, kind of ugly. They have good weight. Goblet looking nasty. That's weird. Candlestick, useless. I don't know what that is. This thing can go. This little dish with the handle. Don't like it. Candlestick. Gone. Broken candlestick. Alright, well these goblets. Bye. This basket. Gone. Thing's ugly. This thing. Don't like it. And a little urn. No. Okay, both these baskets gotta go. Yeah, that can go. This bell is broken. I don't like that either. And this tea set is cute, but might need to go. Yeah. Alright. That's what we're doing. And that leaves us with these. The two pieces that I did want, this is nice and heavy, and this is, well, I just like bells. And then this one, I don't know, small plant pot or whatever. I've got a friend who will really like those. And I figure I will try and sell these. Because who doesn't love a pretty pair of jugs? Now, my roommate had a couple batteries stashed, and he decided to give these to me as a way of saying thanks for hooking him up with that dresser that we found a little while back that he restored and flipped. I told him it wasn't necessary, but he just wanted to show a little gratitude, and you know I appreciate it. So now we've got 3 nice, big, beautiful batteries, which we gotta find somewhere to stash. Ah. And he also hooked us up with a vacuum that stopped working. Now, I'm not crazy about vacuums. They're not really anything exciting. Typically, I will just grab the power cord because, you know, it's some decent length. And after that, I'm probably good. But for the sake of this video, we do have a small motor. And the windings are even aluminum. Whether it's really worth bothering with, I'm going to go on ahead and say no. This is why vacuums are not very exciting to me. But, you know, now we got it. And next we recently found these little bits. These are from some kind of oven, I guess. And they have some wire. A little bit. So is there any copper even worth having? Not really. Those kind of suck. Okay, never mind. This is the only one worth doing, and only kind of. Alright, I kind of hated that. There we go. Some more tin shred. And a little bit of copper winding. That'll do. And now, this one. Little portable, this thing. It's for running. I know how to speak, I promise. You've seen me do it. I was really hoping this one had aluminum sides, but it doesn't. It's just a cheapie. But it does have a motor somewhere in there. It's not like it's gotta go back together. Decently powerful motor, the kind that is not fun to take apart. There's got to be a power supply in here somewhere, right? Probably only need to get one off. All right. Oh, I'm gonna regret stripping that one. Cool. Bit of extruded aluminum. The rest of that's going in as tin shred. That ended up being a lot more work than it really than was justified for what we got, but it's kind of our own fault. So try and be more careful next time. All right, now we're gonna go empty this one out so it can go back to being the bin for tin shred, or maybe I'll use it for something nicer because it's in pretty good shape. Now, some of you will be excited to know. Wait, that's not the one. That the brass jugs that I listed them for $10. They sold. The person who came to pick them up, his wife likes brass, I guess. He asked if I had anything else, so I showed him the rest of that collection, and he picked out a bunch of stuff. Left this much and paid me $40 for what he did take. So we already made our money back and a $10 profit, and we got to keep these pieces. And this, this is scrap because these are ugly. I think they're ugly. Anyway, not all of it got scrapped. If anybody was worried about those beautiful brass pieces, and that includes me, they did get a second chance. So, right up. Good enough. Go. So this has mostly been the place I've been stashing this kind of wire. Let's get that out. because I didn't really have a proper bin for it. Now, unfortunately, my yard has started giving me a different price for the paper wrap stuff, which is a little strange to me because we did a comparison and they were basically the same recovery percentage. But whatever, who cares? I guess we'll clean these up. Come on, you. These things are annoying. I'm only doing them because there's just a couple. Although, there we go. Now I have one bin in the rack for all of these kinds of wires. Shouldn't have taken me this long to do this, but that's why I was so excited about that. And with that, we're back down to the random bits of junk that I kind of wanted to go through in the first place. So let's start with this here triple milkshake mixer. Now, I had this one has been stashed for a while. I was thinking about doing a melt video, but I don't think it's going to be interesting enough to justify being the full week's video. What do we have here? Wow, that looks kind of intense. 3 cast aluminum wrapped motors. So the gator grip, hopefully that works, because it's a nice lazy solution. Alright. Hey. Heck, there. Alright, 3 mixer motors. Calling that dirty aluminum. No, there's nothing worthwhile about that. Alright. Just 2 more of those going in the low grade motor. Those are going in as dirty aluminum. And then these 3, I don't think there's any way to separate that. Decent little wrap of copper there, but getting it off is not going to be efficient. Okay, it wasn't the worst task I've ever done for some number 2 copper. Alright, fine. No complaints, really. The rest of this, I mostly see a handful of Phillips head screws. Yeah, right. I will say, I'm very glad those were all Phillips. Huh. This should most likely be non-magnetic stainless. Yes. Perfect. We like that. Alright, and that leaves us with a big old piece of cast aluminum. Cool. The rest of this, wires and steel. Let me clean that up. Alright, that was pretty painless. Now let's move on to this thing, the steam suite. I guess this is a, I don't know, some kind of heater. Good, strong electrical input. Let's find out. Alright, first things first, I see this. That's not going to do us much good. Get that right off. And I have a feeling these are only meant to go through that thing off. Let's see if we can do it like this. Oh, not bad. Bit of brass. Great start. Now I see 2 Phillips heads. Move on to these. Huh, great. Oh, how does this thing... Uh-oh. This is welded on. We're going to have to give that to business. But... Oh, see if that's as easy as the last. Beautiful. Brass. Come on now. Cool. Okay, let's see. That is stainless. Okay, so we're gonna give this. There, stainless steel. Right. More stainless. And then that should do fine. Stainless steel. Get rid of all that wire and see where we end up. Why do I feel like I've been here before? Alright, pipe wrench, the goat. Alright. Cool. That's the fill thing. Piece of rubber junk. And there's our heating coil. Cool, we'll add that to the bin. That is for last week's video, because we actually haven't done that yet. Chronologically, you'll have already seen it. And there we have it. Is this stainless completely? Yeah. That makes sense. Some brass. Some stainless. And we will reset again. And now what remains? We've got copper and stainless. We've got a bin of more wire. Sort of a bin. Another junk. This one should be fairly easy. I was doing a video previously. I was running back and forth for some reason that was specific to that production. and I saw a bin, and it was not really a dumpster diving day, but still wanted to give it a go, and so we did, and ended up just grabbing this bin of wire, which you'll see is actually kind of good. I'll go my bin for clean copper somewhere. Alright. And the rest of it is this, which is actually kind of good. These are all thick enough that they are totally worth stripping if we get around to that. And then this thing, oh, what fun. Oh, that got a little silly. Alright. So those will go in the totally worth stripping bin. And then this, well, it's just a lot of flathead screws. Some of which we might not have to take apart. But I do want those copper bus bars. Let's get in there and try not to take all night. Just pop out or what? How does that even work? What the? Okay, come on. How does it work? There. Steel. So how much copper are we going to get out of this? How much silver are we going to get out of this? You first. Okay, there's an easy to access little silver nubbin in those. And on that. Those were almost worth it. And then this thing, that's a bunch of copper, but we're going to put them in a different pile because each of these arms has a silver button. Right there. It's like a silver block. How neat is that? And now we got this shower head right here, which, who knows, it might be amazing. I don't know. Can't be that good because the whole darn thing is plastic. I thought with the weight there'd at least be something in there that was brass, but no. Wow. Yeah, that thing is junk. I don't know what this is called, but don't buy that. Alright, making good pace. It feels good. Yeah. And that's important when doing this sort of thing because you can really easily waste all of your time not making any money and just poking around, which, you know, is fun, definitely, but in the grand scheme of things, you gotta be realistic about what you're actually doing with the majority of your time, right? For me, I enjoy this and I enjoy sharing it with all of you guys. It's fun, it's cathartic, it satisfies my curiosity about a lot of different things that we could be finding, and yeah, I look forward to finding new stuff for that reason. But as soon as you start spending 2 days, 5 days, 10 days a month of all your free time just picking through stuff, you might at some point want to ask whether what you're getting out of it justifies it. And so far, I'd say we're doing great. I should really have a total. Next time. Aha! That one. Haha. Alright. Which of these shall we start with? Let's start by making some space. Or you'll know that means starting with the largest object first. Got ourselves some brass in here, if only we can release it. Looks like it's pinched on. Okay, not so bad. Bit of a sketchy maneuver. Don't do that. Don't do that. This doesn't really seem that good. Don't worry, it was a controlled degree of sketchiness. What a strange and annoying design. Alright. Brass. Should be able... Okay, we tried. Oh shoot, that's brass too. Okay, so we got nickel-plated brass there. Oh. Alright. Sweet. Stainless. Nope. Well, this seems stupid. Right, well, those were annoying, but we got through them. Now, more stuff, like this one. So that looks pretty nice. I wonder if these are brass. Those are plastic, that's what I thought. And there we are. Lump of brass. Love it. Next up, let's do these. These are usually fairly straightforward. Copper and steel. This one's got a piece of brass. Oh, these things, right. So that's probably steel. This is also steel, steel weight. And then this thing. It's just steel with a brass arm. And hopefully it cooperates. Yeah. Some steel. There we go. Tappy tappy, and we got this bar of brass. I don't want to waste it, but anyway. More wood for the fire. And then this lump of lead with what is probably steel. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Put it somewhere. And out of all of these... Ooh, what about that? Oh, nice. That's all steel. Quick test on the parts on this. Stainless steel flute. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's glued on. We got brass and stainless. And now we got these things. Like, these are annoying. I don't love them, but do have brass and aluminum all over them, so I can't really hate them. Fairly easy to separate. Bit of aluminum right there. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, these aren't a loathsome task. It's just a lot of mechanical interaction for some pretty small pieces when all is said and done. However, I have run into a struggle getting, so they've got those, you know, Phillips head bits there, and those are generally rusted right down. So we might just end up calling those dirty aluminum, which would be fine. My old nemesis, the rusty screw. That's one. And that. Okay. That one's dirty brass. Oof. Rounded that one right off. Alright, we're not getting the rest. That's fine. A bunch of soft bits of aluminum. Copper, copper, copper. No, it's copper. Got brass. Now we've got all of these bits and pieces. Big shout out to Brian for sending these tools out to us. These things work great. And I used to just use the angle grinder to chop through these little chunks of copper. And that worked alright. But this is just so much, like, it's just as fast, but it's a lot easier. A lot less noisy, a lot less messy, and I don't have to wear all of the safety gear. And I suppose it does save a little bit of the copper, so I'm not losing weight by just turning it all into dust and spraying it all over the room. And don't get me wrong, they still can be annoying. I'm not gonna fly through them all so fast that I want to show the whole process on camera. But it's pretty painless. And ba-bam! Copper and brass, let's go. Woo. Nearly there. This bit's probably got a little bit of everything. I don't actually remember what's in here. What's cracking and breaking. Yeah, not everything in here is going to be scrapped. Some of it is just there because I'm saving it for other reasons. Like these doorknobs. So another one of these. This one I'm actually saving because it's brass and it makes me happy, I guess. I don't really know how to explain that. It's just more texturally satisfying than the other one, alright? That's my reason. Paper wrapped copper wire. Huh, I know what to do with that. Yeah. As for the rest of this, well, looks like there's a lot of wire. This was from before we actually had a home for this stuff. Now it's got its own special bin. A chain. I got a spot for that. I like to keep these. More brass over there. I got clean cast aluminum. Sweet. Interior car warmer and 12-volt charger. I'm gonna put that in the free group. Because I don't think it's valuable. But it is useful. That leaves us with a motor for the motor bin. One of those. A few more of these. I should have seen that coming. Alright. Bunch more of those. And rolls there. These things. Another brass. Piece of brass. Copper pipe. This. Steel. Steel. It's actually quite well constructed. Kind of feel bad for destroying it. Yeah, I should have kept that one. That was a good one. Yeah, I feel bad. Those were really well constructed. Should have figured that out sooner. Anyway, extra aluminum and some little bits of copper and a wire. So then, what is in this bag? That's copper. And there's more. These are quick connect accessories. Some kind of booster cable situation. Doesn't matter. Bunch of copper. That's what we got out of that. And then this thing, that's chunky. I don't really want to deal with it. It's going in dirty aluminum. I guess the only thing that really leaves is this. I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this, but might as well bash into it. Because I think there's got to be some copper, maybe some silver. Aha! Found some. Alright, I'm gonna pick out the goodies and show you what we got. And here's what we ended up with. A whole bunch of these, like 12 of these massive silver buttons, and massive being a relative term. They're still smaller than a dime, but 2 of them is probably the same as a dime. Kind of impressed, 12 of them, and they're on these big chunky pieces of copper as well. So that was probably a $200 or $300 thing that we just smashed up if it was working properly, but this one was well loved, and I don't think there was any chance I was ever going to sell it for that. So, decent little pile of things to add to the silver processing pile. Not that we've ever done that yet either, but someday. I'm looking forward to it. Well, that completes the pile up that I was looking at. I still have a bunch of cleanup to do. There's obviously pieces of trash and a whole bunch of steel to bring in now that we've gone through all of these and got what we wanted out of them, but thank you so much for joining me on this one. I don't do these types of videos very often, but I've noticed that people do seem to enjoy when I do, so if that's you, let me know in the comments what exactly, how does this fit into your schedule? Is this the perfect thing to put on while doing laundry or dishes or cooking something or doing a little puzzle, or maybe cleaning up your own scrap heap, whatever that means to you? Let me know. I'm curious. Maybe we'll do more of them, although I can only do so many as the pile of junk sizes up. In any case, I appreciate you joining me on this one. And next one, we are on adventures. I've been getting some calls. People want us to go and pick up some treasures, help them clean up their scrap piles, whatever that means to them. Wow, I'm yapping. Thanks, and I'll see you there, all right? Till then, leave it better than you found it. Keep doing the thing.